And why has Donald Trump not said a single word about this issue? How long are we going to let white people be murdered in the streets before we do something?
Well, no, I mean, see, I see some of you guys were laughing.
Why doesn't rap music make white people go just murder people in the streets? You know, is this a culture thing, or is this just simply a race issue? Living around white people is not a human right. You know, maybe the better choice should have been to just send them back to Africa.
Grace and peace, everybody. This is going to be an interesting topic, and I ran across this. I thought it was very interesting. Fresh and Fit. Let's first of all, let's bring them in. Let's talk about them. Fresh and Fit. They used to have a very lucrative podcast, a huge podcast and platform here on YouTube. There were two gentlemen in Miami. Usually talk to a lot of different women, have them in the studio, and really just try to prove that men are smarter than women. Women can't hold their liquor and kick them out. I mean, that was kind of the wash, rinse, repeat formula for the Fresh and Fit podcast. Since then, the two hosts have kind of seen a parting of ways, as if it was, and the main host, Myron, has really gotten into this anti certain people group argumentation and a strong argument, strong disdain for Black people, Black Americans. And it's kind of interesting. So let's just bring this in. I want to hear what your thoughts are. Of course, jump into the best comment section on the internet. Let's check this out. Let's go.
I know this is going to piss off probably everybody in the room, but the murder of Austin Metcalf by Carmelo Anthony. And why has Donald Trump not said a single word about this issue? How long are we going to let white people be murdered in the streets before we do something? I am tired of this.
Well, no, I mean, see, I see some of you guys were laughing, but the reality is if it was the other way around, you guys would be burning down the city, if we're going to be honest here, right? Got the black one in the back screaming and laughing at him.
And I don't
But
want to
at
make
least,
this look
no,
like
no,
I'm
hold
a
on. Let
victim.
me, because this is the thing, because a couple of the people here are laughing at your rage, but I find it interesting that if it was the other way around, they can burn down a city like Minneapolis over George Fentanyl. But if he goes ahead and expresses some rage, you guys laugh at him, which is interesting to me because they can't be honest about this, where there is seriously a problem in America where a small percentage of people are committing a majority of the violent crime. What? Black men account for maybe 8% of the population, but they're committing something like 50 to 60% of the violent crime, and they can't talk about this, right? So I do think that there's a problem here where we need to address Black culture. We need to address the degeneracy. We got to address the violent gang and rap culture, and it's an issue. And the thing is that, you know, guys like him can't speak up about it. He speaks up about it, and then we got black girls in the back laughing at him. But, you know, when they kill a black man, y'all are rioting all over the place and burning cities down, and nobody says anything to you guys. So I think he has a right to be pissed off. I mean, I was pissed off when I saw it.
You're talking about this as kind of like a socioeconomic thing, a culture thing. Well, if that's true, why have the crime rates kind of stayed the same since the 60s, since the civil rights movement even? You know, before rap music, you know, speaking on that rap music, why doesn't rap music make white people go just murder people in the streets? You know, is this a culture thing, or is this just simply a race issue?
There's a couple things. Now, this is going to be very controversial, but it's an IQ thing too.
Living around white people is not a human right. You don't get to live with us all the time, all right? This is our country that we built. Yeah, white immigrants built this country. Thank you. Read the Naturalization Act of 1790.
No, it's the truth. This country was founded by white Protestant
And yes,
men.
I understand that black people have been a part of this country since the beginning because of slavery, and I'm not endorsing
I think the girls
slavery.
over there don't like what you're saying.
And I know that, yeah. Yeah, and the logical consequence of slavery is that, you know, you have these people displaced in this country, and you know, at the time, you know, maybe the better choice should have been to just send them back to Africa, because clearly they can't integrate in a proper society and live with us without just murdering each other in the streets. So it really kind of makes you think, well, now, you know, it's baked in now. You know, what can we do about it? And
So a problem that I've seen, and this is, we actually have this discussion. We talk about Candace, kind of goes on this path. She has some friends that think this way. There's some others that feel like there's a true genetic issue between ethnicities that's great, and even IQs that are greater than just some small deviations. Like there's like this, these people can't actually process certain concepts. That's crazy work. And I don't think that these are being challenged enough, in my opinion. This young blood right here in the blue, he might be very passionate about something, but he's very wrong and extremely ignorant. You can hear it in his Discord that he really truly isn't. He just wants to get this off his chest, but he hasn't actually sat down and thought about these topics and really noodled them out and really had real conversation with somebody who can help him look at them. So let's let this finish up. It's a good one.
You know, some people like, I watch Nick, like Jason Whitlock, he had that thing with Jason Whitlock where Jason Whitlock says, oh, well, if they're just Christian, man, then, things would be different. But then you look at countries like the Democratic Republic of Congo. That country's 95% Catholic, roughly. And they have one of the highest murder rates in the world. And, their country's it's a failed state. And it just really makes you think, it's not a culture issue, it's not socioeconomics, it's not religion, then, what is it?
Yeah, they've done meta-analysis on this with IQ and race, and the data doesn't lie, In general, black people tend to have lower IQs, so it is what it is.
I'm tired of hearing black people say the CIA did this, the CIA did that. This is just another poor excuse of black people trying to find another way to blame the problems that we have on something else. We always find a way to be a victim on something. The CIA didn't make Jamal and Tyrone. It's black people with our culture, with our music, with our identity, and our politics. Quanisha and Draquavion are the reason for why we have these problems. Nobody else. All it does is prove my point that black people will find each and every way to blame someone else for the problems that we have. Every problem that we have within the black community is solely due because of us. It's because we failed to fix it. It's because we failed to take accountability. I've seen endless amounts of videos, even from black conservatives, that are saying the CIA did this to black people. It's just another sad and pathetic way of saying white people did this to black people. This is why people laugh at us, because we don't know how to fix our own problems. We cry and complain that someone else did something to us rather than saying that we're doing it to ourselves. Our schools suck and our households are...
Okay, so I didn't mean to cut that off that quick. Sorry about that. I agree with him that I agree that there can be two things go on at the same time. There could be some external forces, but I do believe, as I said multiple times on this channel, that the vast majority of black issues are truly black issues, that we need to have that conversation. And we need to start separating this culture from the subculture, from the triple subculture. Needs to be isolated out. It does not need to be invited to the cookout. We need to start kicking out the undesirables of our community and of our society. Just my thoughts. Let's go. I'm half white and half black, and he's 50% correct. That's hilarious. I'm sure as hell not a racist. You want to label an entire population of people with a certain skin color violent, not getting an applause or of approval from me. Let's lift each other up and love one another as the Bible instructs us. These comments are insane. My best friend is black, and she is like, this dude is speaking facts. Let me get myself out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, the Canadian Donald Trump. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the white guy at all. I think he's making a lot of assumptions that are not founded and rooted. You're just upset about something and you're saying it with a lot of passion. And I don't think that's a good look at all. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. I really do appreciate you rocking with us. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I'm looking forward to doing this again real soon. So until then, grace and peace. See you soon.